It would appear that life set me up to fight multiple sclerosis from the very beginning. From the moment I entered the world, I battled a silent adversary. My journey has been painted with challenges, a story of strength and resilience woven through every obstacle and triumph. As you might know or might not know, I was born with hemiparesis, but nothing would have prepared me for what was to come. MS ravaged me the minute it hit me when I was just 22 years old. It was the downhill slope leading to a life forever changed and limited by my disease. By the time my early 30s came, I found myself at my lowest point. Isolation and loneliness gripped me. All I could do was think about what I was missing out on. An ideal future that was slipping away year after year. It was during this challenge that I discovered my essentials. I'll stand behind each and every one of them for the rest of my life. I don't know where I would be without them. They laid the foundation for me. Hey, it's Steve. So today, is it a vitamin? Well, yes, but most people don't recognize its full potential. And why would they? They don't have MS. And they don't do my essentials. But from my perspective, it's a profound healing journey centered around a powerful combination of nicotinamide and niacin, igniting hope within me for remyelination. Niacin, a water-soluble vitamin B3, plays a vital role in converting the food we eat into energy. But for those of us with MS, it has much more effect. Niacin promotes activity of microglia, the brain's resident immune cells, ensuring that myelin debris is effectively cleared away. With the debris gone, well, the pathway is clear for oligodendrocyte precursor cells, those essential cells responsible for generating new myelin, to thrive and proliferate. I hate to admit it, but I'm not a youthful spring chicken anymore. If you find yourself in the same camp, you're probably heard the same thing I have. MS is progressive. When we're in our 20s, we can remyelinate, but as we grow older, the hope for that remyelination slips away. Sure, age can certainly be an obstacle. I mean, as we grow older, they say the efficiency of remyelination diminishes due to both intrinsic changes within the OPC population and extrinsic changes in the environment surrounding lesions. Older microglia, the brain cells we need, exhibit less effective capabilities due to decreased expression of receptors needed for myelin debris clearance. The age-related decline strengthens the case for interventions like niacin. Well, after taking it for a little while, I already feel the effects of niacin. It upregulates the CD36 receptor, enhancing the microglial ability to clear out that detrimental debris more effectively. Before I started taking niacin, I had no clue how important this receptor is. After the debris is cleared, myelin regeneration can resume, this time without impedance, age or not. Well, you might ask, how do I feel? Well, you already know, and I go on and on about it. I don't have MS symptoms anymore. Thanks, Essentials. But remember, not having symptoms is not a sign of remyelination. I would say regaining abilities is a better sign. Let me tell you what I've been experiencing in just the briefest of time. My right leg, which I've told you about before, is my weakest point. And it has only become weaker in the face of MS. Even though in the past when I was young, it felt strong during moments of activity, but since I've had MS, it felt weak when standing or bearing weight. It's been a frustration for me forever. I often had to focus myself mentally just to take on basic tasks. The unpredictability of it made every step an exercise in caution and determination. Walking and turning used to feel unsteady, but like I said, I was on a tightrope, teetering between balance and an impeding fall. I could sense that my leg was struggling to keep up with my mind's commands, creating an unsettling disconnect that weighed heavily on my confidence. I remember moments of hesitation where I would pause before moving. Sadly, that stuttering would make me quickly jolt for a wall to brace against. But things have been changing now since I began supplementing with niacin. I can feel the strength in my right leg returning as it was in days long past. Now, when I kick my right foot out in front of me, it feels purposeful and sure. A full stride of movement is becoming more deliberate, more confident, as if my leg was finally catching up to where it should have been all along. The shorter steps I took in the past was the cause of much of my falling. Once, it was the definition of my walking stride. You would see me limping along, and you would say, "There's Steve going." But it has transformed into a steady, rhythmic motion now. It's as if my right leg has awakened to its potential, allowing me to traverse distances with a newfound ease. With every step, I feel a sense of liberation. The world around me feels more accessible, and I find joy in the simple walking without the worry of instability shadowing my mind. Previously, the weakness is in the muscles that flex my ankle made me focus on each and every step. It was a constant battle against my right leg's limitations. But now, I can push down with my right toes with a profound strength that gives me a newfound sense of confidence. The weak sensations that once held me back have been replaced by a strength that feels both empowering and exciting. This transformation is not just physical, but it's also psychological. I'm reminded of how far I've come. With my right leg now, every stride, I can feel the strength growing within me, turning my once fragile connection between my mind and my body into a robust pathway. I give credit to niacin's ability to wake up the microglia in my brain. All of this gives me confidence that it's not just hope, it's real and it's substantial. This has been the closest I've come to a full recovery. When I embarked on my niacin journey, I experienced an amusing, let's use that word, amusing mishap, highlighting the power of it. So I purchased NutriCost niacin in 100 milligram capsules. Misunderstanding it compared to the 500 milligrams of NAD plus capsules. I didn't read the fine print, so I took 5 capsules, which equated to 500 milligrams, right? But right after I took those 5 capsules, I started to feel strange. Not bad, but I felt a little out of breath. I went in the bathroom and turned on the light. Then it hit me. I was bright red. I wish I had taken a photograph then, but I didn't. So what I'll do is I'll use my Photoshop skills to illustrate what I saw. Later on, after reading the bottle in full, well, I saw it. They clearly said, warning, will likely cause a niacin flush. I wasn't too worried, but my mom was. As the minutes rolled by, I kept thinking about it. She kept on, in the back of my head, I just kept on thinking about her, and it caused my anxiety to rise. Eventually, it became too much, and I agreed to go to the hospital. Again, during the whole experience, I didn't feel bad. I was just red and a little out of breath. So when I got there, they hooked me up to a saline drip, and I met Jordan, a physician assistant. I described my idiot move, and he didn't seem too worried. He prescribed some high-dose Benadryl and said he would be back in a little while it took effect. So they infused me with the Benadryl, and as the minutes rolled by, the shortness of my breath went away, and I started to feel less anxious. I started to calm down. I started feeling a whole lot better. He came back, and he said the redness had gone away. Well, he went on and elaborated what the niacin flush meant. And it was harmless, but it's caused by the nature of what niacin is. It's a vasodilator. It relaxes and widens blood vessels, allowing more blood to flow through the capillaries, particularly those close to the surface of the skin. When I came home from the ER, even though I was told not to do it, I didn't throw my niacin bottle away. Thank God I didn't. But I had to formulate a plan. The niacin bottle recommends taking just 1 capsule a day. But again, for our very specific needs, combined with all of my research on the subject of niacin and remyelination, 100 milligrams wouldn't be enough. I decided 500 milligrams would be an appropriate level. I mean, 500 was what sent me to the ER in the first place. I thought I would return to the place to film this segment where it all began, where the niacin flush hit me over the head and made me go to the ER in the first place. So, as it pertains to flushing, this is what I did. It's very simple. I took 100 milligrams for a week. Then I upped it to 200 for 2 days. I saw no flushing, so I upped it to 300 for another 2 days. Again, no flushing. So I upped it again to 400. I flushed mildly that first day, but that was what caused me to take caution. So I waited a full week at 400. I picked a workout day to finally start upping it to 500. That way, I would flush it out in the garage where nobody saw me. Now I know exactly what it feels like when it kicks in. My lips start to feel a little tingly. I feel a rush of energy, and I know I'm turning red to some extent. So this is day 4 of me taking 500 milligrams. When I felt it kick in, when I went to the bathroom and filmed this little segment, the delay for it kicking in is extended more and more each day that goes by. I'm not working out today, so I can show you up close. This was roughly 3 hours after taking it. I'm sure it will be later tomorrow and even more the next day. But this isn't a big deal in the long run. I'm sure you are more interested in how I feel. Well, to be blunt, flat out, amazing. Things that I thought had gone away actually turned out to were actually there in a small amount. I'll pick something that all of us know really well: fatigue. I used to think it was completely gone. While a good majority of it had gone away, a little remained. Nothing like I need to go lie down or anything, but just enough to say, yeah, I need to take that trash out to the dumpster, but I don't have the energy right now, and I'm doing something else, so I'll do it in an hour. Things like that. But this past little while, when something pops into my head, I jump out of my chair and do it right then and there. Well, what about something else? Heat sensitivity. I have a really nice air conditioner that was installed in my wall back in 2016, back when I was really affected by the heat. Lately, I had it on a low air conditioner setting. Nothing drastic. Just keep my room slightly on the cool side. Now, I keep it off at night. And some days, I don't even remember to turn it back on. All that aside though, my energy is through the roof. And I'm feeling that walking is even better than yesterday. Where will it end? I don't want it to end. Isn't that crazy? I'm back up to 500 milligrams of niacin. I keep on jumping back and forth between flushing and not flushing, so I'm just starting to think that there's no rhyme or reason to it. But in the end, flushing doesn't hurt, so it's really not a problem. But don't forget, I also take 2,000 milligrams of nicotinamide every morning as well. It is recognized for elevating NAD+ levels in the body, essential for various cellular processes, including cell repair. Evidence connects NAD+ with remyelination, indicating its role in repairing damaged myelin sheaths. Nicotinamide efficacy can be heightened through its liposomal form, enhancing absorption, which is the kind I have. Reflecting on my 20-year journey with MS, I've uncovered so many layers of recovery. This is the latest. With every step, I find myself rediscovering my body's feeling, the connections reestablished as signals from my brain, finally starting to reach my right foot. Each small change is a victory. If you ask me, it is monumental. Everyone watching me, I want to let you know you are not too far behind me. I encourage you to embrace this journey. The profound impact of the mindset and emotional well-being on healing cannot be overlooked. For anyone who has just started to discover me and is feeling daunted by the prospect of change, remember that progress often comes incrementally. Every setback can lead to growth and resilience. I hope that telling you of my journey will sow hope in you. So here's to hope, resilience, and the exciting journey of healing and recovery. Together, let's navigate the complexities of MS and work towards a future without MS. Let's keep moving forward and uncover the possibilities that lie ahead. Thanks for watching me. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you are not currently. So until the next video.